First up, I'll be defining economies of scale. Then we'll look into the charts and types of economies. Economies of scale arise from cost savings when production levels rise. Cost savings are calculated on a per unit scale, where the unit cost of production is the total production costs divided by the number of goods produced. To understand how economies of scale work, we first need to differentiate between fixed and variable costs. Fixed costs remain constant, no matter what happens to production levels, and variable costs vary with changing production levels. For example, if we take the example of a toy factory, fixed costs will include business continuity insurance, rent on the factory, salaries of management team, electricity, and other fixed bills. Variable costs of production would be materials such as plastic used to create the toys and shipping container costs as the number shipped increases. Wages may be considered semi-variable, as small changes in production will not impact employee salaries. However, with large changes, overtime will have to be paid. In the long run, fixed costs tend to be considered variable, since a large change in production will see the business hire more staff, rent larger premises, and use up more utilities, meaning these costs will change with production levels when the business is given time to change. As we know, variable costs increase with production levels, but fixed costs remain constant. Therefore, the unit cost of each good produced decreases as cost savings are made. We can see clearly that total cost per unit decreases as output levels increase. For example, the toy factory is able to buy their materials in bulk with discounts from the supplier. In the long run, the fixed cost of labor and utilities can be changed with production levels, so the total cost per unit decreases as output increases. This is true until the minimum efficient point. The minimum efficient point is when business decreases the cost per unit to a minimum level, where there can no longer be any cost savings. For example, the supply of materials to the toy factory can offer no further discount and all employees are working efficiently. After this point, the business can continue to expand its output for a while, until it becomes too large. Large businesses tend to become more inefficient. Communication breaks down between management levels, and employees can become disenfranchised, meaning more mistakes and inefficiencies. If the business continues to expand, the cost per unit will increase, known as diseconomies of scale. We can differentiate between internal and external economies for our company. Internal economies measure the company's efficiency, and external economies looks at the entire industry. When we revisit our example of a toy manufacturer, as it increases output, it can create a more efficient production process, known as technical economies. It can also bulk buy its supplies, and increasing labor productivity and administration saves further costs. When creating a marketing campaign, the business can advertise all of its products under one brand banner, saving marketing costs. Looking at the toy industry as a whole, we can see that through the Industrial Revolution, factory workers became more specialized and machines were built specifically for production process. Further enhancements included better designs in the industry and a more fluid relationship between suppliers. In this session, we've covered the basics of economies and